How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today I want to talk to you about how to become rich. Now, you can tell by the title, you can tell by the view count how many people have watched this, and I think just by clicking on this video, you're probably going to be better off than the average person because you're actually looking up how to become rich. Now, how to get really rich is to actually implement these things I'm going to tell you about, and if that happens, if you are paying attention to what I say and also implement it into your life, I don't want to say guarantee you, because you never want to guarantee anything, but I can say with a good amount of certainty that you will become very wealthy. Now, some of this you've heard before. I'm sure that some of this you haven't heard before, because some of it's going to be my own personal experience with my wealth journey. So if you guys like that, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button down below the video, so that way you get more videos on this. So a little bit of background on me. I always wanted to become wealthy. I've always liked numbers. I've always wanted to be secure, but I was not always secure. I went to college thinking that I was going to become a doctor. I got done with all my classes. I realized that I didn't want to go to 4 more years of school and then residency and then get out. I took all the undergrad classes I needed to. I had really good grades, but I just didn't want to go into more debt. I already had $115,000 of debt. And when I graduated, I got a job that was going to pay me about $40,000 a year. Now, so many people come and they want to know how to invest. And I'm probably shooting myself in the foot a little bit here because I am an investing channel. But so many people want to know how to invest, and they are working with very low incomes. So they come and they say, hey, how should I invest $100, $1,000? I've had people say, I have $20. Where should I put it? And the first thing that these people should do, maybe that's you, is increase your income. So the number one thing at that situation is just increasing your income, because you don't have enough to make a meaningful difference. Let's say you have $200. You have $100 to invest, and then you make 100% return throughout a year. That's an incredible return. But now you have $200. Could you have spent that time better just figuring out how to make a little bit more money? If you get a $1 raise and then work 100 hours throughout the year, you would have made just as much money. So that's where I think it makes so much sense to try to increase your income. Now, I used to try to figure out ways to increase my income. I did bank account bonuses, where a lot of people don't even know what this is, but essentially you try to find different bank accounts that will give you bonuses for putting money in them. So you might put $200 into XYZ bank and they'll pay you $50 worth of bonus after a month, or something like that. I worked out a system that I could make, pretty good money, like an hourly rate of $100 an hour. And then I also was a personal trainer, so I own my own company, and I think that's a great way to increase income, is to own your own company and try to side hustle. Now, I do want to say that is where today's show sponsor comes in, which is Hostinger. So this is a great hosting site, and with a lot of businesses, you need some kind of landing page so that people can look up your business. Now, this is super easy. It makes WordPress really easy to use. They have 24/7, 365 support chat. It's good for small and big websites. Now, this is super easy to use. You can see the panel here. And if you're not great with coding, that is fine, because you don't have to code the website. You can basically choose a pre-made design. You can customize it, tweak it, add photos and text, and you can publish it. So it's way easier than a lot of other websites and takes a lot less time. I'm going to give you a great discount on this, so way better than they normally give, and there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you're interested in this, there isn't much stopping you, because they're giving actually this Black Friday price, which is up to 85% off. But using the link underneath the video, I will give you 91% off. So let's say we go with this $1.39 a month plan. I can actually discount this even more. So right now you can see 85%. All you have to do once you click it is type in MFF, like my financial friend. You can add it, and it takes even more off. So for a year, you can have $62 worth of cost, which is very small. So definitely check that out if you are interested in setting up your own website. So I have worked with several different companies with websites, and that is definitely one of the easiest ones to work with. I've had some bad experiences, but I think it is really important to try to increase your income. Now, maybe that's moving jobs, maybe it's setting up a side business, maybe it's making YouTube videos. I have a course where I tell people how to grow a YouTube channel. I think that's really a good way of scaling your income. And I've been able to do that making probably about 20x what I used to make making YouTube videos. So now, after you've increased your income, you have to look at budget. First of all, it doesn't matter how much money you're bringing in if you spend all of it, because you're not going to become wealthy like that. You can live like you're wealthy, but you're not going to actually have wealth. So the average spend in America is $5,100. Now, if you can decrease some of your housing costs, this is a monthly cost of $1,700. Now, with property taxes, with maybe different fees that come along with it, or with repairs, I understand that it does increase your housing. A lot of people see maybe a $900 mortgage and they think that's all their housing costs. Not really, because there are other things you have to pay for with homes. But transportation, maybe you have a slightly less fancy car, or maybe you can pay off your car, personal insurance and pensions. Anyways, you can try to cut down on some of these expenses. But what will really take you over the edge is if you can increase that income. From there, you have to figure out, okay, how much can I really cut down my budget? How much do I want to? Because there is a trade-off, right? Saving an extra $3 a month for me isn't really worth the time of day. It isn't worth trying to even consider how to do it, because I could spend my time better just trying to make more money. Now, from there, you have some extra money. Let's say you're bringing in $5,000 a month and you're only spending $3,000 a month, assuming taxes are already paid. From there, I really would like to say that getting rid of high interest debt is the best way to go. So I think that anything that's over 10%, probably even over 8%, I would pay off first, because it's a guaranteed return. I realize that some people don't necessarily want to do that. Some people just want to invest. Even if they're in credit card debt, they want to invest. But I think putting money towards high interest debts is the most important. Now, if you have something called a 401k and you have a match on that 401k, that might be a good thing to go with first. But then debt. Get rid of that high interest debt. Now, I personally have low interest debt right now, and I am not focusing on paying that off for tax reasons, and then just for the reason that it is very low interest debt, and I think I can actually get a better return investing. So after you pay off your high interest debts, I would focus on investing. If you've already got a good income, if your budget isn't crazy and you've already paid off some high interest debt, I think that's where you really focus in on investing. Now, there are a couple different ways you can invest. You can invest in real estate. You can also invest in cryptocurrencies. You can also invest in stocks. So a lot of people like to just set something and forget it. I think that's actually a great way to go, which is dollar cost averaging. So you buy a small portion at a time. Let's say every 2 weeks when you get your paycheck, you put in $100 into stocks or cryptos or something like that. Now, keeping some money around, I think, is always good, just in case of emergency or in case there is some kind of big market dip. I do like to keep around 10 to 15% of my investments just in cash so that I can deploy them in the market. With that in mind, if you're able to invest $1,500 a quarter, so $6,000 a year for 35 years, you'll have over $1.06 million, assuming an 8% rate of return, which is pretty average. So that is actually a really good return. Now, how much do you put towards crypto? How much do you put towards stocks? That's going to be dependent on your own risk tolerance and how strongly you feel about it, right? If you have no idea what crypto is, but you know what the stock market is, you're basically buying parts of companies, then it would probably make more sense to invest in stocks that you understand. If you are really excited about cryptocurrencies and you think that they're going to do really well and you've studied them for months and months and months, it would make a lot of sense to put money in cryptos. Personally, I have about 2/3 of my investments into cryptocurrencies and 1/3 into stocks. That's not accounting for the house that I actually own outright. So I have paid for this house completely. I have no mortgage. Mostly because I can't get a loan because I have new income that doesn't count towards banks. Banks won't take that. So I will be getting a mortgage on it eventually, so that way I can actually deploy more cash towards investments. But that, I think, is how you become very wealthy. First of all, you have to increase your income. Then you have to look at your budget. Can you cut down on your budget at all, or do you want to? So that way you can put more money towards high interest debts and then towards investments. Now, if you're looking at different investments and you're very confused on the different kinds of accounts and tax implications, I would talk with some kind of advisor, maybe a tax advisor, not a financial advisor, or heck, you're already doing the research on YouTube. Just look up the different types of retirement accounts. It might be different dependent on your tax bracket, how much money you make, what country you're in, how old you are. So I can't give blanket advice. Personally, I have a solo 401k, I have an old 401k, I have an IRA, I have brokerage accounts, I have all different types of accounts. I have an HSA account because there are so many different use cases for them, and I really want to max out on my tax benefits by investing in pre-tax accounts right now. So if you guys have any questions, leave them underneath the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, check out Hostinger underneath the video. They have some great prices using that link. Just make sure that you click that link and then you use the code MFF as in my financial friend to get 91% off of this great hosting site. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for hitting the like button and subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.